The sisters are fighting. We have a story. Am I the a-hole for snapping at my sister-in-law? We will be the judge of that. This story came March 7th, 2026. I, 22 female, gave birth to my daughter 7 weeks ago. And since that day, my sister-in-law, my husband's brother's wife, who is infertile, has tried to make herself the second mother of my baby. She showed up at the hospital uninvited and insisted on looking at me while breastfeeding my baby, wanting to co-sign the birth certificate as well, and visited us every day after I gave birth and tried to do skin to skin with my baby, tried to push me to pump so she could feed the baby, and called my baby our baby, as in mine in hers. Very important context to this story. I tend to mostly, if not only, take baby advice from my own mother, since from what she is saying, my baby acts like me when I was a baby. Her advice has helped me a lot. I am neurodivergent and I have been diagnosed very early in life because of my severe sensory issues, and I am pretty much sure my baby also has them. When I was a newborn, I would scream my head off whenever my mom would put me in those baby dresses that had tulle. To this day, I cannot touch it. It seems that my baby has the same problem. So to keep her comfortable as she is still little, I dress her in cotton or soft crocheted dresses, but mostly onesies. 2 days ago, it was my mother-in-law's birthday and we decided to go and take the baby with us. She spent most of the time in my arms, as both me and her have separation anxiety. Other than me, my sister-in-law was the one holding as she would take her out of my arms, even though my little one would scream and cry until she was back in my hands. I told her multiple times that she should stop doing that, and she immediately started to guilt trip me, saying that she just wanted to hold my baby since she could not have one of her own. Let's just say postpartum has made me very sensitive, so I felt bad for her. It kept going like this until I stood up to use the bathroom. When I came back, my baby and my sister-in-law were gone. To say I was dying inside was an understatement. I kept looking around the house until I heard my baby scream loudly, and I thought that she was being tortured. I opened the door to where the sound was coming from, and my sister-in-law was taking pictures of my baby. She had changed her into a dress with tulle. She knows my baby hates tulle. My baby was screaming and kicking her legs very aggressively, as if she was trying to take off the dress. So I lost it. I started screaming that she was a biatch, and if God made her infertile, it was for a reason, as she was putting my innocent baby through pain for her own pleasure. My husband and his mother heard me and came running upstairs. My sister-in-law started crying while I was changing my baby. Then I just lost it and started crying while holding my baby. My husband took us home and I had a strong meltdown while he just held me. My mother-in-law called me and told me that I should apologize for what I said, and I'm actually wondering if I was being too harsh. Let's check out some of the comments, but also I want to hear yours as well. Fellow parents out there, let me know. You know, as someone who doesn't have kids in the friend group at this point in my life, a lot of my friends have children already. I respect any boundaries that they have with their child. You know, any boundary, whatever that may be, that's your baby. That's your kid. I'm just here to respect your boundaries. I'm happy to be a part of their life in any way you want, you know? I won't even, if I take pictures of them, I will not post them without parents' permission. I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm a little over. Everything I do, I just ask. Everything. I don't know, it's not my baby. All right, some of the comments. Someone said, what you said was horrible, not gonna lie, but it came from a buildup of not putting strict boundaries down and her going way too far. Is she gonna apologize for her misbehavior? Or is everyone just taking her side no matter what out of pity? OP responded and said, do you mean about the tulle dress? If yes, we have put a strict rule on that since the day we saw her reaction to the material the first time. No one has gotten her that kind of dress, so my sister-in-law already knew better. Plus, it's not a situation where my baby just cries normally and looks uncomfortable. She literally screams and it looks like she wants to tear her skin apart. Next comment. Being neurodivergent and postpartum doesn't excuse one from saying saying things this harsh. Man, it could have been a pleasant scenario for the baby with so many people adoring her, including an aunt who could spoil her as her own. Was there any pretext before the birth? It reads as if you, the OP, and the sister-in-law did not get along before. Okay, interesting. OP responded to this and said, I never used my postpartum and autism as an excuse. I'm literally asking to learn, and if I have to, I will apologize for my harsh words to her. And my baby has multiple aunts and people that adore her. This won't change that. But I don't think putting her in a tulle dress that she cannot stand is a pleasant scenario for the baby. No, before the pregnancy, me and sister-in-law were on good terms. She's just gotten overbearing since the baby has been here. Next comment. So you comment on the post about neurodivergence, but have explicitly ignored all those questions about how your husband has no spine and is apparently not standing up for you at all? Oh, dang.
Damn.
People go in on Reddit. There is no mercy had in the Reddit comment section. OP replied and said, I replied to one comment explaining that my husband is the one that is better at boundaries than me. He was the one that had the nurses kick her out after the birth certificate incident, and during his paternity leave, my sister-in-law could not hold my baby for more than 10 minutes. I don't know where he was during this incident at my mother-in-law's house, and I'm planning to talk to him about it. Oh, this is messy. This is very messy. Very messy. I think we can all agree the comment was harsh. I don't agree with all of her actions either, though, especially with the dress and whatnot, but that's a harsh statement for someone who is struggling and cannot have children to kind of, throw that in their face. That's a very sensitive subject. Again, I think maybe we can both apologize. And I think you need to put some freaking boundaries in place, man. Like if she goes to take your baby out of your arms, girl, what do you mean? No. Or have a no, I don't want you just coming and taking my baby. I'm going to hold. You got to start setting some boundaries. I don't know what that was. I lost myself in that. We have an update and it came 3 days later. We are now at March 10th. Since the last post, I took a screenshot of all the comments I found helpful and I showed them to my husband. We stayed up all night awake, half with the baby and half of us just talking. First of all, it turns out my mother-in-law also had to do with this. My husband told me that when he saw me go to the bathroom, he immediately started walking towards my sister-in-law to get our baby, but his mother stopped him using the fact that she needed help moving a table as an excuse to keep him occupied. We believe my sister-in-law and mother-in-law planned this so she could play mommy to my baby and dress her in something she doesn't even like. Like someone guessed, my husband's brother, so sister-in-law's husband, is the golden child, spoiled rotten. After that, I started having a weird feeling about the situation, and later on in the day, I called his sister, who has been in low contact with everyone in the family, way before I even started dating my now husband. We talked for a while and I told her what had happened. Turns out I'm not the only one that sister-in-law has tried to do this to. My husband's sister had 2 children. The younger one had colic when he was a baby and she wanted to breastfeed, so she had to cut a lot of things from her diet. My sister-in-law decided to give the baby non-safe formula secretly. She knew about the baby's sickness, which ended up making the baby very sick. We both believe that my sister-in-law has a problem with listening to what the mother of the baby says and doing the exact opposite of what is asked of her, acting as if she knows better. After that conversation, and also the comments from my previous post, I decided it was better to just cut contact with that woman and my in-laws, not my husband's sister though. My husband is on the same page as me and we are looking into moving. My husband was the one who did the talking. He is way better at boundaries and putting his foot down. Plus, it is his family. Explaining the situation to his family. My sister-in-law, of course, went crazy on us and told me I was taking her niece away from her just because of Tool and that she had more rights to the baby than me. That's delusional. I feel like she doesn't understand that it's not just about the tool. My husband just blocked them without even replying. We are hoping the story ends here, and hopefully we will move as soon as possible. Edit. I don't know if I still want to update if something happens. I've spent the last couple of hours just crying and crying. I have been called crazy and a liar by the same two people in my last post. How can I be crazy for wanting to protect my baby? Yes, what I said was harsh and I take full responsibility, but that doesn't change the fact that she hurt my 7-week-old newborn. Gosh, people in the comments must be really getting on her. And the story does not end there, in fact. There is another update, but let's see what people are saying now, because I guess people are opinionated. Someone commented and said, "Why didn't your husband know about sister-in-law's behavior with his sister's children? Why has he been in low contact with sister? Was he oblivious to sister-in-law and mother-in-law and put the blame on sister this whole time? Like others said, be careful. This is extremely mentally unwell behavior." OP said, "My husband did not know the reason why his sister went into low contact with his family. He just thought it was because she moved away. He doesn't even like his sister-in-law way before this situation. He was happy to go low/no contact." Next comment. "That sister-in-law needs to be checked by those closest to her, her husband, mother, mother-in-law, anyone really. Her baby desperation is going to get her criminal charges if she doesn't slow down her audacity. I doubt she would agree to therapy to deal with the loss of her dream to have children. Probably best that you are moving. And I wonder how long it will take grandma to realize she is losing actual relationships with grandchildren by enabling the golden child and his wife. Idiot woman." OP said, "Her husband is exactly the same as her, maybe less baby obsessed, but he is still as entitled. I don't think my mother-in-law cares. She lost her daughter and 2 grandchildren. As long as her golden child is with her, she is happy." Ugh, that's annoying. Next comment. "Sister-in-law is sick and needs counseling desperately. There are other ways to have children. She can adopt. She has no right to take your baby from you. You are mom and you know your baby best." OP said, "Where I live, newborn adoption locally is not the easiest. Our country has free healthcare and gives financial assistance to mothers, especially if alone. It's very rare to see people choosing to give their baby up for adoption. She clearly is not going to adopt an older baby because she seems to lose interest once they become toddlers." Next comment. "You are not the a-hole. The fact she thinks she has more rights to the baby than you is psychotic. If that baby is in daycare or anything like that, make sure they know who is allowed to pick up the baby and who's not. Make sure they don't have keys to your home and get cameras. She's lost her mind and who knows what she would do." OP said, "My baby is only 7 weeks old, so she's not going to daycare. Fortunately, we live in a private building that has cameras all around and we have our own in our apartment." Well, thank God. You know, it's crazy how many stories like this we've read on this channel where someone in the family can't have children and they come very obsessed with someone else's child. It happens more often. Like, it surprises me anyways. And I can totally, my heart goes out to any woman out there who wants children and can't have them. Oh, when I see those videos of people sharing like their journey of not being able to conceive, breaks my heart. I cry. I watch TikToks and cry. Oh my gosh, I watched one the other day. I was a mess. A woman posted her reaction finding out that she was pregnant after 4 years of infertility issues and trying. And I was a mess. You would have thought I knew her. Complete stranger just popped up on my TikTok. Bawled my eyes out. Anyways, before we reach the final update, we're gonna hydrate. And I say we because you need to drink your water too. Cheers. You guys, I'm torn between which nails to put on next. I got both of these when I was in Arizona. They were on sale for $3. I thought they were both so fun and cute and pinky. Well, that one's not pink, but there's pink on it. Anyways, love the designs. I don't know which one to do. And by the time you guys see this, I'll already have a set on, so it's not like you can help me with this. But yeah, I'm just channeling whatever one you think I should do next. And maybe I'll pick up on the vibes. Maybe I'll pick up on the vibes of which one I should do. I have to say, I am leaning towards this one, but we'll see. All right, we have reached our final update. 3 weeks later, April 6th, 2026. We did get an emergency move. Here in France, we have something called assistant social, which is like a social worker that helps you with everything. After getting a lawyer and explaining our situation, we also got my husband's sister to give a written statement about her own experience with sister-in-law. We were able to get a new apartment in another city. It was very quick because what happened is considered child endangerment and exploitation. She took pictures of a newborn without the parents' consent. We did not tell his family until we moved, and it was our lawyer that sent them a letter from his office saying that they cannot contact us and will not see my child until she is at least 2 years old. To our surprise, my sister-in-law did not fight it. She stopped asking me to send her pictures or give her baby updates. It's like a switch flipped and she just lost interest in my daughter after she got older. But it doesn't end here. My brother-in-law is getting a divorce from her. Turns out she doesn't want children. She only wants a newborn. That explains why she lost interest in my baby once she hit 8 weeks. My brother-in-law found out about it because he always tried to get her to try IVF, but she refused. He then mentioned adopting, and she immediately said no because here, the birth mother cannot sign her rights away until the baby is at least 2 months old. During that time, the baby is placed in foster care. Also, because of our country's financial support to single mothers, it's very rare that someone gives a newborn up for adoption unless it's a private adoption between family members. My brother-in-law started having doubts and weird vibes from his wife, so he asked her what she wanted, which he said started a massive argument where she ended up saying she only wanted a newborn, not a responsibility of an older child to raise, as if a newborn is not a responsibility, but only a doll to play with. This was all told to us by my husband's sister, who had been contacted by her brother, who asked for help. Now we are in a new city and we feel way better. At first I was scared I would lose my village, but I ended up feeling even better. No more anxiety or depression. I think I'm one of those moms that works better without help from people around me. Also, I do think it's because I have an easy baby and a very, very, very great husband. I want to thank everyone who gave me their support and advice. We are all safe right now and will be for a very long time, hopefully. Okay, well, I'm happy you're safe. That's so bizarre. This might sound crazy. Oh my gosh. I was gonna say something and I saw a glimpse of someone commenting this. So let me just get to it. We're gonna check out some of the comments and we were on the same page. Someone said, sister-in-law should get one of those realistic baby dolls that actually scream and wet their diapers. I was literally thinking, like, I wonder if someone who, I don't know. Would it help? I know that sounds crazy, but if you have ever seen those realistic baby dolls, they give them in parenting classes in high school where you have to take care of this realistic baby. It cries, you have to feed it, you have to change its diaper, it has to sleep. I wonder if like having one of those would help her cope or move on from, I don't know. Anyways, we had the same crazy idea. OP wrote back and said, from what I heard, you can't get reborn dolls in France. Oh. Did you guys have that? That was over here in Ontario, a parenting class. And yeah, you got signed up. It was like, I think a week maybe you had to have the baby. I'm pretty sure my oldest sister had one. Hold on, I'm gonna call her.
Hello?
Hi, I'm filming. I have a random question.
Okay.
Did you have one of those realistic babies in high school that you had to take care of, or am I making that up?
I never had one.
But was that a thing at our high school?
I want to say it was. It came down to like, what was that? It came down to a class.
Parenting. It was like a parenting class or something, wasn't it? Because I like have vivid memories of these babies and being around. So, but I really thought you had one. I guess you didn't.
No. I'm honestly trying. Yeah, but maybe they did.
I don't know. I'm sure you would avoid that class.
I know, right? People are like, they're saying it was like a grade 11 parenting class or whatever. But like, I feel like if I had one,
You would remember.
Tell you the name.
Maybe Alexa had one.
Like,
maybe Alexa had one.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't a mandatory class. it was an elective. So maybe because I picked drama, I didn't have to take whatever this stupid class was.
Okay, fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I cannot help you with this.
No, this helps me because I swear I thought you had one, so that clears up my story. Okay, thanks. I'll let you go.
Okay. No worries.
Bye. Well, you heard it here first. I swear this was a class in our high school, but it was optional. You did not have to take this class, and it wasn't called parenting class. It was something else, but that was an aspect, like that was one of the exams that you had to do in this class. Anyways, let me know, but I thought I was making that up. I kind of made it up. My sister did not have one. My other sister might have, but I'm not gonna call everyone. Moving on, next comment. Wow, she's crazy. Enjoy your little one and all the first to come far from her. OP said, that's exactly what I'm doing postpartum. It's actually enjoyable when you don't have your in-laws in your ear telling you that you have to share your baby with people that don't respect or respond to boundaries. Next comment, I'm glad you are feeling safer. I always hated the 4th trimester and gave me so much anxiety. It would get less and less the further away from the newborn we got. Once my kids hit 1, it would go away completely. I still don't like to be around other people's newborns because I just spiral about all the things that can hurt them. OP said, I thought I was the only one who did that. I get so mad when I see parents acting reckless with newborns. I saw one that was giving her infant, not older than 6 months, soda while taking videos. I got so mad I forgot I had groceries to do and I just left. Well, that's crazy. I mean, I'm not a parent. I don't know much about babies. I worked in a daycare and we surely were not giving babies soda. What do you mean? That can't be right. Enlighten me, but I'm just solid guess that that's not right within 6 months. What a wild story. Let me know your thoughts on this one, you guys. Let me know if you had those baby dolls in high school because I'm very curious now. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. Bye.